a handful of departments moved over the summer because of the construction of the new Haslam building. We checked in with them to see how they're doing. A new food delivery service has arrived here on campus. We break down how students can use the app. And coffee from Nepal? We have all the details coming up next. Thanks for joining us for UT Today. I'm Alexis Brunson. All of those stories are coming up, but first we wanted to start with our weather specialist, Ansley Grayson. Ansley, there's a game tomorrow. How can people stay safe?
Yeah, Alexis, staying safe during game days should be everyone's #1 priority. It's no secret that game days are full of fun events, and that includes drinking for some. Here are some tips if you plan to partake, and they even work if you don't. First things first, stay hydrated, Vols, drinking lots of water, especially in between your alcoholic beverages. Secondly, eat a proper meal or two before partaking in tailgating, going to the bars, and the game. Not eating before drinking or being out in the sun all day is a recipe for disaster. Thirdly, do not leave your drink unattended to avoid potential drugging. Fourthly, travel in groups or pairs. Do not go anywhere by yourself. And lastly, do not drive home under the influence. Call an Uber or have a friend or family member come pick you up. They would rather pick you up than go to your funeral. I'll have more on what weather you can expect for game day tomorrow, and just a heads up, you might want to bring an umbrella.
Thanks, Ansley. Last week, the U.S. took home over 78 medals, one of those in archery. Our reporter, Kyla Berry, was in Paris covering the action and got to speak with GOAT medalist Matt Stutzman.
Four-time Paralympian Matthew Stutzman takes home his first Paralympic gold medal in Paris.
If I happen to do well and win, that's just a bonus, but having them here is my gold medal.
He heads back home with 2 victories.
It's going to be the best games because they are here.
Born without arms, the archer turned to archery to put food on the table.
I couldn't find a job and I had kids to feed, and everybody was telling me no, and archery was the one thing that couldn't tell me no.
The record-setting archer uses his right foot to shoot his bow.
Be as good as I wanted to be if I put in the work.
For more than 15 years, Matt kept an eye on the target on becoming the world's best archer.
I've spent my entire career not around, sadly, at birthdays. I missed birthdays and 4th of Julys and all these things in their lives while they were growing up because I was chasing the dream.
The missed memories have paid off as his family of 10 joins him in Paris to watch him take home the gold.
Now that they're all old enough to travel, for the first time ever, they get to see me compete live and not like on TV.
Stutzman's parents taught him the power of adapting to the world.
Adopted by an amazing family who taught me to believe in myself, and they taught me what it was like to learn how to adapt to the world.
And for the 5 boys, their dream of seeing their dad compete has come true.
I got a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see him compete in real life.
All pulling from their dad for inspiration.
He can do anything, like so can we. He's a good role model for everyone.
With his gold medal, Stutzman will head home and continue to be that role model for his children.
I believe if they see me doing it and they see how hard I worked for it, they understand that in a more powerful way than me just telling them that this is what you can get when you chase your dreams.
In Paris, Kyla Berry, Vol News.
Stutzman broke a world record while in Paris by shooting 1 point away from perfect. And while he is setting his bow down, those memories will last a lifetime. New data shows Tennessee ranked 42nd in voter registration in the 2022 midterm election. We have Sydney Brackett here to tell us more about this issue. Sydney, 42nd seems a little low, doesn't it?
It is low. Not only was Tennessee ranked 42nd in voter registration, but 51st in voter turnout, according to a recent study done by Think Tennessee. I spoke to the Vols Vote Initiative about why voting is important and how you can get involved.
Having the right to vote is written in our Constitution, but recent studies shows Tennesseans are not exercising it. According to Think Tennessee, the state is consistently ranked near the bottom in voter turnout and registration rates. Sophie Mylan, president of the Baker School Student Association and Vols Vote member, believes there is a simple answer as to why.
Factors like socioeconomic class, ability to like make a voting plan, so like actually having transportation to the polling site.
While this may be true, other southern and lower income states such as Kentucky and Alabama are in the lower 20s for voter registration. So how can this issue be fixed? Mylan believes students are the answer.
We are like emerging young people who usually are like at least politically active in the sense of like engaging on social media.
College-age students are consistently ranked low in voter turnout and registration. It is imperative students register to vote so their voices can be heard outside of social media.
And so it's really important for us to go so that we can actually have our voices represented in our democracy.
You can register to vote in one of two ways, in person or online. To register online, you must have a valid form of Tennessee ID and a social security number. Election day is November 5th, and the last day to register is October 7th. To register, visit ovr.govote.tn.gov.
This is your reminder to go out and vote. Your vote matters. Alexis, have you registered to vote yet?
I sure have, Sydney. Thank you. And once again, you can visit ovr.govote.tn.gov to register to vote and help Tennessee rise in the voter registration rankings. The History Department, now on the 6th floor of the Stokely Management Center, has officially settled into their new location. History is among the many departments that was moved for the construction of New Haslam. And while the original announcement caused the stress, they have grown to love the new space. Susan Lawrence, the head of the Department of History, specifically praised the new common areas and their closeness.
Yeah, it's a process. It's really a long process. But we are grateful that in the end, the university found a space for us and a workable space where everybody is together.
And while no place is without their downsides, Lawrence is looking forward to the work they will do in the Stokely Management Center. For more than 4 years, the Division of Student Life and Campus Ministry Council has partnered up to unite students and faculty together to provide food for nearly 500 students. Our Kyla Berry finds out what this event means for volunteers.
With food and a table.
Community, our faculty, staff, and students to come together around a meal, get to know one another, and to build a sense of community.
More than 500 students come together.
I'm with my friends, heard there was a free meal, so we came and stopped by and just all gathered around the table together.
All thanks to an event called United at the Table.
Semester has started to ramp up, so it's nice to have a moment to just take a break and chill and not have to worry about a meal.
And letting seniors like Vaughn and Johnson enjoy one last meal.
Nostalgic in a way, getting to have one last big meal with everyone before we graduate. And then we can hear Neyland Stadium practicing for the game this weekend.
At a table they have sat at for 4 years.
Every year since I was a freshman.
Frank Cuevas, Vice Chancellor for Student Life, says this is the why behind the event.
Talk to a student, this is their 4th year who's been to this event, and it's just exciting to see them come back, and they look forward to it every year, and they brought some other friends, and they even brought a faculty member, so that's exactly what we want to see happen.
Rocky Top, a home away from home.
You know what? This is my home away from home, and I can make this and be successful here.
And letting seniors like Vaughn and Johnson enjoy their time before graduation. In Knoxville, Kyla Berry, Vol News.
In the United States, more than 90 million tons of waste gets recycled. And one hand in the fight to keep the world green is right here on Rocky Top. Zero waste on campus is one of the university's biggest initiatives, even on game day. During the Georgia game, UT collected over 15,000 pounds of collective waste, ranging from aluminum to plastic. Zero waste coordinator for energy and recycling, Wyatt Miner, says students can even the efforts of zero waste game days.
Students, they can get involved and help by first reading what's on the bins and making sure the materials go in the right places.
This year, Miner says that it is not confirmed yet who the volunteers will compete against for the campus race to zero waste, but we will continue to update you as we find out more information. A new delivery service has taken over campus. our Grayson Thatcher spoke to some students about the service. Grayson, what is this new service?
Well, Alexis, you've seen Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats, but Snag has one big difference. It's for students, by students. They recognize that food delivery is expensive, especially for college students. Their mission? To establish the fastest delivery service while ensuring affordability. Founded in California, Snag UTK started here in Knoxville just 3 weeks ago. University of Tennessee student Kevin Doherty shares his experience working there so far.
Just growing so far and just, wearing the big red backpack, people love seeing it. Some of my friends still joke with me about it, but, they order the most from us, so.
That big red backpack is found on the back of the scooter driver. Snag only hires University of Tennessee students in hopes of expanding the student job market as well. To place an order, you just need to download the app and choose your location.
That's great, Grayson. How long does it take to deliver?
Their goal is in 10 minutes or less. They deliver by scooter, which helps them avoid traffic like other delivery services. You can tune in next week to learn more about what the process looks like.
Thanks, Grayson. A new hangout place for many students, standing right where Memorial Hall once stood, has a surprising purpose. I spoke with officials and students about how a water feature is helping our environment.
After years of construction, the Stormwater Park is now open.
Honestly, because when I first got here, there was no water, and then one day I woke up and there was water, and I was like, oh my gosh.
To the delight of many students like Keegan Moher, who use the park for leisure and studying.
I think it's really cute. I love coming here to read and to hang out.
However, as the name suggests, the Stormwater Park is not just here to beautify campus. It also has an important function of stormwater management, as Garrett Ferry, the stormwater manager for UT Knoxville, described.
If everyone just collected all their stormwater and dumped it in the river as fast as possible, the water level would rise and we'd cause flooding. So we just want to find creative ways to manage the stormwater.
The park works by collecting stormwater, cleaning it, and using it for other things on campus.
Sometimes we capture it and use it to flush toilets or for irrigation or for laundry in the residence halls.
And buildings that can't manage stormwater on their own buy credits, which fund projects like the Stormwater Park, something that is considered a success for both stormwater management and students.
I think it turned out to be a cool feature. The students like it. Obviously, it's highly utilized.
So, while students study by the running water, Ferry works towards putting other features like this around campus. In Knoxville, Alexis Brunson, UT Today.
Ferry says that anyone that sees a problem with stormwater management or has ideas about it should email him at stormwater@utk.edu. When we get back, our Vols take on their third opponent in their second game in Neyland. And a recap of Tennessee's performance in the Duke's Mayor Classic. A senior walk-on with the run of his life, Alexi Callum, recaps it all.
If I could be you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
The University of Tennessee is on the rise, lighting the way in everything we do, from theater to supply chain management to advanced materials, creating leaders in the field, on the field, and in every field. The best way to rise is to lift others up and reach for the summit together. It takes each one of us giving our all. It takes a volunteer.
It's been a busy week in sports here on Rocky Top. I'm joined with Alexi Cowan to bring you up to speed on everything you missed. Alexi?
Thanks, Alexis. What a time to be a student on campus as Tennessee football is proving to be on the rise. They appeared in the Duke's Mayo Classic game last Saturday night in Charlotte against NC State. And these guys were unstoppable, scoring TD after TD. Oh my goodness, dancing in that checkerboard end zone all night. Iamaleava had 276 yards and 3 TDs, but he did have his first interception, which concerned some fans when it came to his accuracy. That didn't come without one of the most iconic interceptions in Tennessee history, with walk-on defensive back Will Brooks for an 85-yard return to the end zone to end the first half. Tennessee ran away with it in the second half, ending the game with a 51-10 score. Tomorrow is their second home game against unranked Kent State. Kickoff is at 7:45 p.m. on the SEC network. Lady Vol Volleyball tried to take it easy this week with just one game Tuesday on the road at Western Kentucky, but found themselves in a 5-set match against the Lady Toppers. Tennessee began with the first set win, but then traded back and forth before they got tired and decided to finish that 5th set off with 3 straight points, taking the win. Busy 7 days ahead of them, facing Coastal Carolina Saturday and Sunday on the road, going to face Wofford on Monday, then coming home to host Western Michigan Thursday and Friday. Good luck, Lady Vols. Lady Vol Soccer, on the other hand, stayed in Knoxville this weekend, beating Florida Atlantic on Sunday 2-0, and just last night taking down number 5 in-state rival Memphis 1-0. This coming week marks the start of conference play as they face off their first SEC opponent, Ole Miss, Thursday at 7 p.m. at home. Coverage is on SEC Network Plus. Big week ahead with lots of games to cover. We'll have it all for you right here next Friday on UT Today.
Thanks, Alexi. When we get back, we'll take a closer look at the International Coffee House's weekly showcase of culture.
If I could be you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old. But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again, then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
The University of Tennessee is on the rise, lighting the way in everything we do, from theater to supply chain management to advanced materials, creating leaders in the field, on the field, and in every field. The best way to rise is to lift others up and reach for the summit together. It takes each one of us giving our all. It takes a volunteer.
Today is Friday, September 13th, and welcome back to this weekend's Vols 4-day forecast. Overall, this weekend is looking like a wet one with the remnants of Hurricane Francine bringing in some rain and thunderstorms. But starting off today, the high will be 81 degrees with partly sunny skies with a 50% chance of rain and thunderstorms after 2 p.m. Moving on to Saturday, if you're going to the game, don't forget to bring your poncho and a jacket because there's a 50% chance of rain showers and thunderstorms that are going to cool down the night pretty quickly from the high of 82 to a low of 67. Why that might not sound too bad, but when you mix being wet with the rain along with gusty winds, 67 feels pretty cold. Now waking up to Sunday, the high is 81 with partly sunny skies and the low is 63 with a 40% chance of rain and thunderstorms. Finally ending the weekend and starting the week. Don't forget your umbrellas when walking to class because there's a 30% chance of rain showers, but the high for the day is 81 and the low is 63.
Ansley, how's the rest of the week looking?
Francine is expected to dissipate, so the rest of the week should be clear.
Thanks, Ansley. This week, Chancellor Dundee Plowman named Derek Alderman, David Anderson, and Bunny Only Chancellor's professors are a group of professors that were nominated by the deans of their college. They are chosen by the Chancellor and have the opportunity to meet with the Chancellor to offer advice to better the university. Dr. Alderman spoke about what the honor means to him.
I think signals that you've made major investment to the university. You've given and made contributions to the university in the sense of the duties that you fulfill.
The first meeting with the new Chancellor's professors has not been set yet, but Dr. Alderman is eager for the chance to work with the Chancellor. Every week, the International House showcases a different country in their Coffee House series at Hodges Library. Our Eric Gomez Vieta got the scoop with last week's country, Nepal.
The first and third Wednesday of every month, the International House hosts a free coffee house in the Mary Greer Room inside Hodges Library, featuring hot drinks and snacks which highlight a different country. UTK Nepali Student Association President Sambrati Shah shares why they put on the coffee house.
We are doing this World Showcase, like an international coffee house, to show our Nepal country, our tradition of tea into the other peoples. Yeah. So yeah, it's just trying to show our culture to other peoples.
The next coffee house is September 18th and will highlight the country, Turkey.
That's all we have for you today. I'm Alexis Brunson. Thank you so much for watching, and go Vols!